Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, December 4th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 665 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. U.S. Marshals are offering a $10,000 reward for tips on the Michigan high school shooting suspect's fugitive parents. An Italian man tried to trick a nurse into injecting the COVID-19 vaccine in a rubber foam arm he was wearing under a theater corset to finesse a vaccine pass. My sister, 23, was taken out into the snow and left to die. It was never properly investigated. Colorado shooting suspect mentally incompetent. Watch mountain lion stare down pops through glass door of Colorado home. Really scary. White House blames Republicans for prolonging the pandemic. Elderly Asian man who was kicked while in his walker at the beginning of COVID faces attacker in court. Obsessed man kills co-worker who refused to date him, cops say. MH370, could missing Malaysian Airlines plane finally be found? Montana inmate confesses to 1968 slaying, dismemberment. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Bitcoin could consolidate until 2022 after mass wipeout sends BTC price to $41K, Cointelegraph. Gambians vote in first presidential election since Jammeh era, AlJazeera.com. This game is ruthless. Fighters react to Sergio Pettis' unreal comeback KO'd Bellator 272, MMA fighting. Steph Curry, Draymond Green grades for Warriors vs. Suns, Golden State of Mind. Jurors at Maxwell trial shown Epstein's massage table, photo of sex toys, Reuters. Omicron variant spreading twice as quickly as Delta in South Africa, The New York Times. U.S. intelligence sees Russian plan for possible Ukraine invasion, The New York Times. There is a manhunt for parents of the Michigan high school shooting suspect, but two attorneys say they are not fleeing, CNN. College football picks, schedule, predictions against the spread, odds for games in 2021 championship week, CBSSports.com. Call of Duty made $3 billion in 2020, so of course Activision Blizzard is laying off QA, The Verge. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Former Fox News editor slams Tucker Carlson's January 6 program as beyond reckless. Jeffrey Epstein's massage table unfolded in court at Ghislaine Maxwell hearing. Update, parents of school shooting suspect Ethan Crumbley apprehended. Now Trump backer Lin Wood says it's likely QAnon is a deep state operation. Democratic Socialists decline to expel Rep. Jamal Bowman over Israel stances. Julian Morris of Pretty Little Liars celebrates 18-year relationship with Landon Ross. Ocasio-Cortez slams Democratic leaders for not punishing Boebert over her Islamophobic remarks. Colorado supermarket shooting suspect deemed incompetent for trial. Why it's so unusual to see a school shooter charged with terrorism. Ammon Bundy comically argues his gubernatorial campaign counts as community service. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Police says more needs to be done to stop racing. Girl killed by brother in botched ghost gun deal. Oklahoma natural gas customers to see higher bills. 19-year-old dead after falling from balcony. Nonprofit aims to give second chance to ex-inmates. BB gun taken from 6th grader at East Toledo School. Semi drags car down I-294. Firefighters deliver letters to Santa at Macy's. Granddaughter becomes one of the stars of Nebraska volleyball team. Beloved cat returned to owner after 18 months. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. FDA authorizes Eli Lilly antibody treatment for youngest COVID patients. Parents of Michigan shooting suspects arrested in Detroit, police say. Highlights from Day 5 of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. Omicron variant spreading twice as quickly as Delta in South Africa. U.S. intelligence sees Russian plan for possible Ukraine invasion. A top SoftBank executive wants $2 billion in pay, his boss disagrees. Biden catches a cold and blames his grandson. How a lab in Nebraska is tracking the spread of Omicron. Congo ousts mining leader in a cloud of corruption claims. Susan Rosenblatt, who took on Big Tobacco, dies at 70. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Michigan's Karen McDonald slammed for announcing crumbly charges at media event, long before arrests. Political cartoon of the day, special delivery. Tori Spelling says she plans to replace breast implants after 20 years, and Apis, I need a lift and Apis. Madonna gets apology from 50 Cent over mocking Instagram photos. Italian men try to use fake arm to avoid COVID vaccination, report. Charlemagne the God calls out liberal media for being anti-Apis, quiet anti-Apis, on Bill Clinton and Apis, ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Greg Gutfeld, the media intentionally misreads things because they get away with it. Candace Owens tears too into Stacey Abrams as corrupt and connected. USC signs Russia plans Ukraine invasion in early 2022. In Graham, Stacey Abrams rides again, but Georgia should laugh back. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, December 4th. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. British student attacked by crocodile in Zambia was left with foot hanging loose during ordeal. Strictly's Craig Revel Horwood in row with BBC for using fabulous catchphrase in bed advert. Emma Tustin and Thomas Hughes eat ice cream while Arthur Lub and Joe Hughes starves to death, video. Coast Guard pulls 100 migrants including babies from rough seas in the early hours. Nearly 50,000 at-risk children may have dropped off the radar of social services during pandemic. Eden Confidential, will Prince William ban the BBC from BAFTAs? Channel 4 is not left-wing claims it's $990,000 a year. Chief Executive Alex Mahone. How good is your general knowledge? The raciest one, 4,000 naked dress ever. Can a normal woman ever get away with wearing it? Tory culture wars make gay people feel less physically safe in Britain, says Labour MP Chris Bryant. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Traditional wrestling continues as a Friday fixture in Kabul. Police, Pakistan detains scores in lynching of Sri Lankan. In Greece, Pope to seek deeper ties with Eastern churches. Omicron possibly more infectious because it shares genetic code with common cold coronavirus, study says. Clashes rock Arab town in Israel, alleged car rammer killed. Storm weakens after heavy rain, evacuation in southern India. Germany tightens rules that target the unvaccinated and mulls vaccine mandate amid COVID spike. He lost his best friend in a mudslide, now he's using coconuts to fight deforestation in West Africa. At Miami's Art Basel, a canvas of global inequality in the pandemic age. Colombian authorities thwart an attempt to smuggle tarantulas, cockroaches and a scorpion out of the country. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID news. Boris Johnson reported to police over Note 10 parties, South Korea cases and deaths at new high. Best Fiction of 2021. Mel Brooks on losing the loves of his life. People know how good Carl Reiner was, but not how great. Michigan shooting. Suspect's parents in custody charged with manslaughter. Lives lost at Europe's borders and Afghan MPs in exile. Human rights this fortnight, in pictures. The stench of politicization. Sonia Sotomayor Supreme Court warning. First week of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial gives look into Epstein's life of luxury. Mali, militants fire on bus, killing at least 31 people. Grounded, what did a year without flying do to the world? Nowhere left to pray, Hindu groups target Muslim sites in Gurgaon. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Germany's Social Democrats set to approve government deal. China's communists bash U.S. democracy before Biden summit. Authorities arrest parents charged in Michigan school shooting after manhunt. Columbia University student stabbed to death near campus. Blizzard warning issued for Hawaii with at least 12 inches of snow forecast. Watch, Santa's ride scooters to Christmas celebration. Wisconsin condo building evacuated due to structural issues. Duggar trial focusing on computer where child porn was found. Justice's adoption questioning draws controversy at Supreme Court abortion hearing. Sanders to Biden, cutback looming Medicare premium hike. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Michigan school shooting, suspect's parents arrested in Detroit. Rare turtle washes up 4,000 miles from home. Russia-Ukraine, Biden warns Russia against Ukraine red lines. Mali, dozens of civilians killed after militants attack bus. Bolsonaro, Brazilian Supreme Court opens investigation into vaccine comments. Ready for power, Team Scholz promises a new Germany. Saudi Arabia Grand Prix, a race for equal rights. Why Ugandan troops have entered Dr. Congo, again. Parag Agrawal, why Indian-born CEOs dominate Silicon Valley. Rose Atkins on America's abortion divide. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Parents of accused killer in Michigan school shooting arrested after vehicle was found in Detroit. Pope laments church divisions in Cyprus. Today in history for December 4th. How President Roosevelt edited his Pearl Harbor, a date which will live in infamy speech. Contact tracing ramped up as Omicron reaches U.S. California preps for more out-of-state abortion patients. Otters Lemmy and Lila frolic in their new zoo home. Plumber finds stash of envelopes with cash, checks at Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church in Houston. Asylum seekers react to restart of Trump policy. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Magnitude 3.5 earthquake strikes near Calexico, California. 2 Long Beach police officers arrested on suspicion of filing false report. 5 Omicron variant cases identified in Northern California coronavirus outbreak. A change in the weather pattern could mean a chance of rain for LA next week. Police investigating after video of violent home invasion surfaces online. Planned Parenthood LA was hacked, what it means, and what you can do. Members of Bay Area retail theft ring that stole millions plead guilty. LA City Council approves agreement with 2028 Olympics organizers. Smell that sickened Carson residence was likely caused by warehouse fire, officials say. Cash and jewelry taken in Del Amo swap meet smash and grab robbery. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, December 4th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Homeless man sentenced to 7 weeks in jail for breaching Singapore's stay-at-home order. Bombshell, Israeli spyware used to hack iPhones of U.S. State Department officials calling the Israel-based spyware maker NSO Group an in plain sight national security threat. One expert warns that a multi-agency investigation is immediately needed. India's fertility rate has fallen below the replacement level for the first time. South African climate protesters and fishing communities continue in an attempt to stop Shell from searching for oil near marine protected areas in an area called the Wild Coast. Spain approves new law recognizing animals as sentient beings. China pledges to plant forests of trees equal to the size of Belgium for each of the next 5 years straight. Temple Bell, once a Marine Corps family's heirloom, returns to Okinawa after 75 years. Pakistan, Sri Lankan lynched to death, burned for blasphemy. PM Khan calls it day of shame. Times of India. China supports declaration of Korean War's end. Chunghwa Day. Drug makers cut prices by 62% on average to get China state insurance listing. School bullies in France could face up to 3 years in jail under law approved by French MPs. Sri Lankan factory manager lynched and set on fire in Pakistan. Hippos with runny noses test positive for COVID-19 at Belgian zoo. The last 2 people of the uncontacted indigenous Paripkira community are on the brink as satellite images show cattle ranches expanding on their land in the Brazilian Amazon. Indigenous groups unveil plan to protect 80% of the Amazon in Peru and Ecuador. The next headlines are from Forbes. Billionaire Wee Kai-an gets help from Guangdong government amid Evergrande debt crisis. Rampage results, winners, news and notes on December 3, 2021. WWE SmackDown results, winners, news and notes as Brock Lesnar returns. U.S. intel says Russia is preparing 175,000 troops for Ukraine offensive. Nearly 300 Astroworld lawsuits to be combined into single case. Baldwin Rust interview rates poorly, 5 reasons audience tuned out. Bucks bring back Wisconsin native Wesley Matthews. 30 under 30 grows up. Scientists say Omicron is spreading twice as quickly as Delta in South Africa, and could be more likely to reinfect. Santa Fe County DA says criminal charges still possible despite Baldwin's claim he likely won't face charges. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Science misinformation alarms Francis Collins as he leaves top NID job. The Last Library. AI mathematician and a planetary diet, the week in infographics. Coronapod, how has COVID impacted mental health? The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,748,847,661 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. The first 54 years director Avi Magra beyond danger, irony and exhausting himself. Academy Museum honors Satyajit Ray centenary with two-part retrospective. Astro World suits involving 1,250 plaintiffs aim to be consolidated. Genesis brings prog pop pomp and circumstance to possible farewell tour, concert review. 10 biggest takeaways from Variety's Music for Screen Summit. Alan, Journey, Berg's Books, Apero win big at Ventana Sur. Yvonne Wilder, actor known for West Side Story and Seems Like Old Times, dies at 84. French far-right presidential candidate slammed for using footage from Guttered, Besson. Tracy Oliver's Harlem brings smooth charm to 30-something drama, TV review. Khalid makes a tiny tape into something torrid with Scenic Drive, album review. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Parents of the Michigan school shooting suspect have been captured. Grab your camera and help science. King tides are crashing onto California beaches. The trial of Ghislaine Maxwell, what happened this week? Nevada court sides with gunmakers in Las Vegas shooting lawsuit. A man charged with killing 10 at a Boulder supermarket is incompetent for trial. Lady Gaga responds to criticism of her performance in House of Gucci. Coronavirus frequently asked questions, help me with Omicron vocab. What's immune evasion? Epistasis? Thriving black-owned businesses righting the wrongs of the past in rural Mississippi. The Philippines vaccinated 7.6 million people in 3 days. Duterte demands even more. Portland Trail Blazers fire their general manager after reports of a toxic workplace. The following headlines are from The Week. The game plan to address COVID-19's Omicron variant. Lawyer who worked with Trump to contest 2020 election pleads the 5th to January 6th committee. Michigan suspect's parents not fleeing from law enforcement, attorneys say. Octavia Spencer says her house is haunted, but I love my ghost. The political risk in prosecuting an alleged school shooter's parents. Parents of Michigan school shooting suspect are missing, sheriff says. What a Roe I reversal would mean for Trump. Will a new indoor mask mandate in Oregon, be permanent? Michigan school shooting suspect's parents charged with involuntary manslaughter. The curious case of the missing Republican legislative agenda. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. When a steer escapes at a carnival. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, December 4th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Tides, and the pull of the moon and sun. Horologium, the pendulum clock, bust in December. The next news is from Politico. Hundreds of House districts are being redrawn. Here's who's winning and losing. She's going to lose, Dems brag redistricting dooms conservative Illinois freshman. Biden's free at-home test promise could come with added costs. Opinion time to pull the plug on cable news. Top National Guard officer tests positive for COVID. Appeals court lawsuit against Trump over rape denial. Parents of Michigan boy charged in Oxford school shooting. Virginia GOP complete sweep of elections with State House win. Eastman takes the 5th with January 6th committee. How to blow up a podcast. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. NSW Council elections live updates. Early signs of potential swing against Clover Moore. Website crash hampers online voting. Regional housing and worker shortage prompts extreme measures. Kiwi spinner Patel takes all 10 wickets against India. The sliding doors moment that made Jamie wink up. Why is your Uber Eats order taking so long to arrive? Noise of people living, bars urge neighbors to live with sound of nightlife. Light prep no obstacle to heavy-duty series for Australia's quicks. We're not building a house of straw, Bennett calls for patience as Dolphins struggle to lure stars. Vine inspires Sydney FC to dominant win over the Jets. Online crash prevents residents from voting in NSW local council elections. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The ratings game, DocuSign stock craters to worst day on record after one of the biggest sauce whiffs in recent memory. Adobe worth $26 billion less as DocuSign fears spark knee-jerk reaction for stock. The ratings game, Marvell will be in the same camp as AMD, Nvidia after one of the best semiconductor earnings calls. A new study finds that most COVID-19 boosters strengthen immunity, though there is no winning shot. The proverbial Wild West, read this before using buy now, pay later this holiday shopping season. The moneyest, my wife and I are in our 50s, we lost our house in 2008, declared bankruptcy and finally bought another home, we will inherit $200K. How should we invest it? The big move, I bought my home for $30,000, and now it's worth almost $3 million. How can I avoid a massive tax bill? The big move, I've lived in my home for 30 years, but my ex-husband is forcing me to sell it. Do I have squatters' rights? Meme money, late surge in GameStop and AMC save meme stocks from a very bloody Friday. Financial crime, 2 crypto miners charged with hacking a Missouri tech firm's cloud computing account and racking up $760K in server charges. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. U.S. government must face patent case over armored vehicles, Reuters. IP hires, Paul Hastings, Perkins Coie, Barnes & Thornburg, Law 360. The Federal Circuit's sharp tongue when it comes to bad attorney behavior, J.D. Supra. Dabus and AUKUS, a tale of 3 approaches to the question of whether an invention created by a machine using artificial intelligence is patentable, J.D. Supra. Other barks and bites for Friday, December 3rd. Senate Republicans question FTC's con on zombie votes. USPTO's Hirschfeld gives update on small claims patent tribunal study, and Sal spins off challenges denials of USPTO Director Rivi, IPWatchdog.com. Meet the 33-year-old crow at transforming Bugatti into an F-Dream maker, rodenttrack.com. 5 female inventors and how their inventions change the world, Discover magazine. Forget the ping pong table, companies offer patent help and equity in client work to attract developers, Tech Republic. Museum of Innovation is a must-see for all fans of technology, Belfast Live. Form 8K Limbach Holdings, Incorporated, 4, December 2nd StreetInsider.com. The next headlines are from Quartz. As the U.S. Supreme Court revisits Roe v. Wade, let's revisit its history of overturned rulings. Rolling with Omicron. Blackstone just became the biggest warehouse landlord in the world. Even economists are confused by the latest U.S. jobs report. Even dollar stores are offering delivery now. How to move to a new country. The second U.S. Omicron case is linked to a New York anime convention with 50,000 attendees. Leaders who favor in-person work say it's better for inclusion. It's not. How can scientists update coronavirus vaccines for Omicron? China is getting worried about Africa's indebtedness to it. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. If MLB thought its website shenanigans would intimidate MLB players, that plan has backfired. Federal court dismisses another negligence suit against online gun marketplace arms list but says Section 230 doesn't protect it. Protecting judges is important, but they don't get to throw out the First Amendment for themselves. Twitter is just the beginning of Jack Dorsey's speech revolution. Newly revealed details show that Missouri government totally knew that journalists were not at fault for teacher data vulnerability. Daily Deal, the 2022 full-stack web developer bundle. Encrypted phone seller facing criminal charges fights back, says Sky Global isn't complicit in customers' illegal acts. Charter Spectrum funds front group to try and kill small Maine towns plan for better broadband. Colorado appeals court says a drug dog that alerts on now legal weed cannot create probable cause for a search. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Crypto. Solar eclipse December 2021. Utah football. Hawaii. Hawaii blizzard. UTC football. Josh Duggar trial. Mark Turgeon. SEC championship game. Suns. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Unusual injury puts Ronaldo in doubt for first Rangnick game, reports. Britney was forced to do therapy 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. Finish of the year, Bellator champ had to start his rival with sensational backfist KO, video. Bitcoin drops nearly $10,000 in an hour. Djokovic tells fans when to expect Australian Open decision. Prosecutor reveals who may be charged in Alec Baldwin on-set shooting incident. Conor McGregor deletes anti-vaccine mandate message, but you can see it here. Russian sues WHO over use of Omicron for COVID variant. Finland records first ever case of suspected far-right terrorism. China wants its casino paradise to become tech mecca. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Victor Davis Hanson, Third Worldizing America. Tesla has officially moved its headquarters to Austin. The case for compulsory vaccinations is dead, Omicron just killed it. Alumni are now withholding donations over too much censorship on campus. What a homeschooling surge means for our future. Watch, disturbing confrontation inside Australia's gold standard COVID internment camp. Evil is the root of all, fiat, money. Americans panic buy RVs as shipments exceed 600,000 units this year and next. Why Web3 will change everything, in plain English. California to cut water to cities and farmland amid persisting drought. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Where does Iran's nuclear deal stand after 7 rounds of talks? Iran's chief nuclear negotiator, can the JCPOA be revived? Brazil orders probe into Bolsonaro linking COVID vaccine and AIDS. 6 refugees granted visas in Australia but ordeal far from over. Can the global economy battle through another COVID-19 setback? New Zealand's Ajaz Patel takes 10 wickets in innings versus India. Skiing in color, can snow sports become more inclusive? Gambians vote in first presidential election since Jammeh era. France evacuates more than 300 people from Afghanistan. Nigeria plans COVID booster shots after Omicron cases, live. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Poll, majority say government does not have authority to mandate coronavirus vaccines. CDC's Walensky, COVID-19 likely to become an endemic disease. Tennis stars pressure men's tour to join WTA in China boycott. Exclusive, Illinois Esther Joy King after Wild Wild West Afghanistan rescue effort, I know people who are still in Kabul. Teen Vogue, CRT opposition closely mirrors past anti-integration fights. MSNBC's read, Republicans are death cult waving the pro-life flag. Exclusive Jedediah Bila, I completely dismiss health experts ignoring exercise, nutrition while talking about a pandemic. The pro-terror scandal deepens, Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg team up to promote electric bus company mired in Jennifer Granholm connections. Sheriff, we would have taken Oxford shooting suspects' guns if school had alerted us. Jaipal, GOP does not even have basic decency, promise nothing but hatred. The next headlines are from UPI News. Canadian man wins 2 big lottery prizes in 2 weeks. New York family tops their own Guinness record with 687,000 Christmas lights. Watch, snowstorm leads to impromptu sleepover for 31 people at Denmark IKEA. Cash, checks found inside wall of Austin megachurch 7 years after break-in. Umbrella cockatoo on the loose after break-in at North Carolina sanctuary. Watch, chunk of ice crashes through roof of New Jersey home. Watch, goat steals papers from government office in India. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 3 of 7, New Jersey abductee describes blonde ET war about humanity's fate. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Sneaky German shepherd steals a baby's pacifier and gets caught on camera. Watch. China pledges to plant forests of trees equal to the size of Belgium, for each of the next 5 years straight. Hundreds of solar farms built atop closed landfills are turning brownfields into green fields. English teenager discovers hoard of 3,300-year-old axes and becomes metal-detecting celebrity. After years of helping Crow family, man was left mind-blown over their homemade gifts in return. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, December 4th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Italian man tries to dodge COVID vaccine wearing fake arm. Taliban bans forced marriage of women in Afghanistan. Italian man tries to avoid getting COVID jab with fake silicone arm. First lesbian robots coming soon. A 3-year-old went for a flu shot. Instead, she mistakenly got an adult COVID-19 vaccine. Prosecutors bring Epstein's massage table into court at Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. Driver speeding and overtaking cars loses control and ends up rolling over. Plumber finds thousands of cash envelopes stuffed inside toilet wall at Joel Osteen's megachurch. CCSO, woman charged after social media video shows her preparing to smoke pot. Walmart pulls children's toy that swears and sings in Polish about doing cocaine. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Black holes, what we think we know, we don't. 3 reasons why the internet is freaking out about a robot's facial expressions. United dragged by Twitter over greenwashing with its 100% sustainable fuel flight. Want that dev job? Make sure you can answer these 7 questions. Hey Google, here's a blueprint for a Pixel smartwatch to rival the Apple Watch. Real Musk fanboys travel to their funeral in a Tesla hearse. Crime prediction software promised to be free of biases, new data shows it perpetuates them. Why Nvidia's $80 billion deal to buy ARM is in jeopardy. Want to improve your e-commerce metrics? Focus on your QA score. Qualcomm's 8CX Gen 3 chip might make you reconsider Intel and AMD. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Daytime meals may reduce health risks linked to night shift work. Immune system stimulating nanoparticle could lead to more powerful vaccines. Wraparound care coordination associated with many positive outcomes amongst youth with serious and complex behavioral health needs. Precise new form of brain surgery requires no incisions, scalpels. Can 7 questions determine how wise you are? Gene editing used to create single-sex mice litters, 100% efficiency. Whether people inform themselves or remain ignorant is due to 3 factors. Elevated heart rate linked to increased risk of dementia. Combined heat and power as a platform for clean energy systems. Wild Blue Wonder, X-ray beam explores food color protein. The next headlines are from Information Week. NASDAQ CEO at Osri, invent talks cloud's impact on fintech. Salesforce Slack drive continues with new co-CEO Taylor. How are organizations doing with cloud? 3 steps to take when implementing cloud-to-edge service models. Answering broadband questions in the Infrastructure Investment Bill. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, December 4th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA TV coverage set for crewed Soyuz mission to space station. La NASA busca directors de vuelo para misiones espaciales con humanas. NASA seeks next flight directors for human spaceflight missions. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Bayou Soccer survives Santa Clara in penalty kicks, advances to NCAA championship game for first time. Utah football is Rose Bowl bound after rolling Oregon in Pac-12 championship game. The Triple Team, Jazz break down the NBA's 5th best defense for 137 points in win. Mitchell scores 34, leads Jazz past Celtics 137-130. Utah linebacker Devin Lloyd named MVP of Pac-12 title game. Being the first black woman to win a World Cup isn't enough to put her in the Olympics. Speed skater Erin Jackson must still earn her spot at trials. In Mountain West title game, Utah State football looks to defy expectations once more. The Omicron variant of COVID-19 has been discovered in Utah. What is a gold IRA? Here are 5 companies that can help you grow your portfolio. 19 more Utahns die of COVID-19, almost 1,900 new cases. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. A new humanoid robot has the most advanced and realistic facial expressions yet. Fake COVID-19 vaccine certificates are being advertised on the dark web. Australia is the drunkest country in the world, survey finds. A mysterious threat actor is running hundreds of malicious tour relays. Hackers are spamming businesses' receipt printers with anti-work manifestos. Apple AirTags being used by thieves to track high-end cars to steal. Debt collectors can now text, email and DM you on social media. Zoom will soon make it obvious if you're late to your next big meeting. Magnus Carlsen wins longest World Chess Championship game of all time. Chinese rideshare app Didi to delist from New York Stock Exchange. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Total solar eclipse 2021, what time and how to watch on Saturday. Eureka native a finalist for college football's highest honor. Family speaks out after shooting death of Eureka High School senior. Major case squad investigating after St. Louis Metro bus crashes into pole. What's that in the sky? Fox 2 viewers ask about light sightings. Less than 2% of Missouri school districts offering regular COVID testing. Feds offer Spire STL pipeline a temporary extension. St. Louis reports first case of Omicron variant. Woman pleads guilty to 3 2019 Madison County murders. St. Louis man killed after a shootout with police. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Bird launches accessible mobility service in San Diego for those with disabilities. Hundreds of pounds of cannabis, chemical seized at illegal East County hash oil lab. San Diegan rescued from Afghanistan discusses his long journey home. Jury tours location of controversial La Mesa arrest. Here's where your kids can visit Santa in San Diego this year. Parents charged in Michigan school shooting vanish, attorney says they aren't on the run. Drunk driver sentenced in death of jogger in Lakeside. Man identified in fatal crash on foggy freeway. Over 100 COVID-positive cases at county jails post-visits. Check out the latest proposal for a reimagined Midway District, Arena. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Ukrainian-made missiles enters South Asian market. U.S. Air Force uses radar gun-like device at Al Dhafra Air Base in UAE. UAE buys 80 Rafale F-4 fighter jets from France. Key West fast attack submarine returns to home port in Guam. Battle Kings Battalion soldiers fire new Paladin howitzers for first time. Pentagon contracts hardened GPS modules for U.S. allies. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. A New York Film Festival showcases independent Chinese film. Joseph Kuo and Taiwanese Kung Fu at the Old School Kung Fu Fest. Salmon Games. How did a shocking but inevitable delisting happened, in 6 steps. An economy reforged, Jude Blanchett and Lizzie Leon China's new era. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, December 4th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. California Planned Parenthood's brace for out-of-state patients. San Francisco clothing store collects jackets, blankets to help those in need. Oakland mayor announces police hiring plan. 4 fun things, here's what's happening in the Bay Area. Report, deadly shooting of Sean Monterosa not reasonable. Survey finds U.S. isn't the drunkest country. Parents ignore positive test leading to Marin school COVID outbreak, per school district. Oakland police solve nearly a dozen homicide cases in November. Charlotte Maillard Schultz, San Francisco's chief of protocol, dies at 88. 5 cases of Omicron variant reported in Alameda County. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Florida State beats Rutgers 1-0, heads to NCAA women's final. Son now faces first-degree murder charges in Algonquin double homicide. Parents of Michigan boy charged in Oxford school shooting. Boston, number 1 South Carolina beat K-State 65-44 to reach 9-0. Bugers leads number 2 UConn to 74-49 win over Seton Hall. 6 taken to hospitals after crash in Lake Zurich. Chicago restaurant and brewery could expand to Wheeling. Fatal Buffalo Grove shooting, what kind of training do suburban cops get on mental health issues? District 95 launches website for people to share memories of old May Whitney building. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Pearl Jam frontman and Seattle rock legend Eddie Vedder announces February 2022 U.S. tour. No flipping of the switch ceremonies at Leavenworth's Village of Lights. Great Figgy Pudding Competition, Urban Craft Uprising, comedy shows, more Seattle weekend events. King County election data shows strong early turnout for Kshamasa and recall election. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Joy 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0 in tropical storm. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Italy. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Angola. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, December 4th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Money found in Lakewood church wall may be tied to 2014 theft case, police say. Can the Cougs play spoiler? Houston bidding to keep rival Cincinnati out of college football playoff. Family of Navy veteran shot and killed on North Freeway searching for answers. Learn from the experts how to save money on your power bill. Pasadena police asking for help finding suspect who stole Boy Scout troops trailer. Artists' larger-than-life pieces offer intimate view of black culture. How new Texas law could impact what topics educators can discuss in classroom. Record highs possible Saturday, and Sunday will be steamy too. Are thieves targeting tail lights next? Houston auto repair shop owner explains why. Biden launching winter COVID-19 booster testing campaign. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Gambians vote in first post-Jammeh presidential election. Jazz owner taking break from day job to caddy for Finau. Parents captured after son charged in Oxford school shooting. Populist leaders meet in Warsaw to discuss European Union. Guadro, Tkaczyk lead flames over Ducks in shootout. Kraken take early lead, hold off Oilers for 4-3 victory. Cristobal expects to be approached by other schools. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra Extra was the most popular emoji of 2021, deal with it. Department of Justice announces civil rights investigation into Mount Vernon Police Department. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. How an alliance between GOP and moderate Democrats may influence the NYC Council Speaker's race. Latest data shows NYC public school classes are 5% smaller. Columbia University grad student fatally stabbed while jogging in Morningside Park. Photos, it's over-the-top holiday window season at Midtown department stores. Early edition, it's an exit interview, say whatever you want. What New Yorkers need to know about Omicron's arrival and the Delta surge hitting the holidays. Teachers Union, parents push for class size bill as legislative session winds down. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. From the field, climate-smart development in an uncertain world. Zero leprosy in pandemic, experts, advocates discuss new strategies. Somalia, Security Council adopts resolution to keep pirates at bay. The Gambia, Guterres calls for credible and transparent election. Excess salt in soils puts food security at risk, FAO. Social distance, science and fantasy. Act to save children living precarious lives in Cameroon's forgotten and neglected conflict. With 1.3 million annual road deaths, UN wants to have number by 2030. Rights experts call for end to violence against women in Tigray conflict. Avoid starvation, immediate priority for 3.5 million Afghans. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. ADL ignores Waukesha attacker's anti-white extremism, claims he's not a follower of any extremist ideology. Jeffrey Epstein visited Clinton White House 17 times. How the Biden family gets away with an enormous amount of sleaze. The case for compulsory vaccinations is dead, Omicron just killed it. Flattening the curve or flattening the global poor, how COVID lockdowns obliterate human rights and crush the most vulnerable. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Frederick Valentich's UFO sighting and disappearance. Chevy Chase works at Raising Cane's drive-thru in new video. New dinosaur species from Chile had a unique slashing tail. Did Dr. Pepper publicly denounce vaccine mandates? Do vaccinated people shed COVID-19 vaccine particles? Did Biden say sincerely that Fauci is president? Grizzlies throttle Thunder by NBA record 73-point margin. In Denmark, a snowstorm means people overnight in an IKEA. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. U.S. oil reserve created for supply disruptions, not strictly military use. Q&A on the Omicron variant. Social media posts misrepresent old Biden tweet on travel ban. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. When porn consent goes horribly wrong. The mega-rich are doing some serious shopping at Art Basel Miami Beach. TikTok is full of makeup looks, but who owns them? The Beatles nearly made this ancient wonder famous. Flea, a gay Afghan refugee's haunting story comes to stunning life. The real world royally botches its first Me Too scandal, again. Biden's Democrats are a joke and so are Trump's Republicans. Can't anybody here play this game? Are psychedelics the next big treatment for depression? Olivia Colman will blow you away, again, in Landscapers. It was devastating, hundreds grieve for Oxford High shooting victims at somber vigil. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Couple that died of extreme heat on hike were trying to save their baby, probe finds. Colorado cop slammed for tweet of Santa getting his concealed carry permit. Ex-Yankee Masahiro Tanaka will pitch again in Japan next year. Knicks Scott Perry emerging as candidate to fill Blazers president opening. New Giant Jake Fromm will be get up close look at Tua Tagovailoa again. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Celebrating 60 years of human spaceflight. The sky this week. The moon gets busy. A total solar eclipse over Antarctica. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Potentially hazardous asteroid to pass near Earth. Omicron, what we know and don't know about the new COVID variant. U.S. COVID-19 cases rise heading into Thanksgiving. WHO warns 500,000 Europeans could die from COVID by spring. Cases of the Omicron coronavirus variant confirmed in at least 5 states. Biden promotes small businesses as stocks take a hit over Omicron fears. U.S. to impose new travel restrictions on southern African countries. Scientists working to determine severity of Omicron COVID variant. Vaccine deadline looms as thousands of service members could face disciplinary action. Omicron variant discovered in at least 5 states as millions prepare to gather for holidays. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Cops catch Crumblies, parents of teen charged in Michigan school shooting, after they went on lam. World War II soldier from Binghamton identified 77 years after he was killed in France. Racism plagues U.S. military academies despite diversity gains. Biden says no COVID-19 vaccine mandate for domestic air travel amid Omicron spread, for now. Senator Kyrsten Sinema won't commit to voting for Biden's big social spending package. Nikki Haley, who is rumored to run for the White House in 2024, has pleasant meeting with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Fauci says NY holiday gatherings still okay despite Omicron, but pleads for COVID boosters. Omicron-stricken South Africa may be glimpsed into the future. NYC Mayor-elect Eric Adams announces transition team members including ex-de Blasio staffers. New York poised to halt elective surgeries once hospitals are at 90% capacity. The following headlines are from military.com. Thousands of Air Guard reserves don't meet vaccine deadline. National Guard's top general tests positive for COVID-19 after overseas visit. Navy admits Pearl Harbor well is contaminated with petroleum, families are frantic. The Navy's next fitness test will be done on paper with new software not ready. Biden warns Russia's Vladimir Putin against Ukraine invasion. Oklahoma sues Biden admin over National Guard vaccine mandate. Ukraine says Russia amassed over 94,000 troops at border. Racism plagues U.S. military academies despite diversity gains. World War II vet who survived COVID-19 honored on 105th birthday. Government shutdown avoided as Senate passes stopgap funding bill. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Chicago activist banned from courthouse during Jussie Smollett trial. Joliet area couple pleads guilty to misdemeanor charges in connection with U.S. Capitol breach. In fight over Chicago's vaccine mandate, Illinois Labor Board grants hearing on police union complaints of city overreach. Republican governor candidates attempt to use violent crime increases path toward regaining suburban voters. Mom of ISU grad student Jelani Day enlists civil rights attorney Ben Crump to urge FBI investigation into her son's death. I need to know what happened. Jussie Smollett judge, defense attorney differ on lunging claim. Man, 67, charged with stealing ambulance that was left running is held on $25,000 bail. Does brother's key testimony put pressure on Jussie Smollett to take stand in hoax hate crime trial? Former state official who allegedly falsified overtime now under scrutiny after collecting more than $71,000 in workers' comp and disability benefits. Corrections and clarifications. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Matthews, intimate partner violence weaken immune function in HIV-positive men. How you speak up at work can affect whether you're picked for a team. Chemical pollutants disrupt reproduction in anemone fish, study finds. Research finds nasal problem plagued long-nosed crocodile relatives. To capture single photons, researchers create an interference wall. Understanding mouthfeel of food using physics. Where did western honeybees come from? New research finds the sweet spot. Studying our solar system's protective bubble. Potential new gene editing tools uncovered. 3D fault information improves alert accuracy for earthquake early warning. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, December 4th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. This is your brain on music. 5 top breakthrough medical technologies and how they change the world. Why getting gifts for the holidays feels stressful. Genghis Khan had a soft side. Is your modern lifestyle destroying your gut microbiome? 5 female inventors and how their inventions change the world. The truth about cat people and dog people. Causes of phobias can be complicated. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. NZ spinner Ajaz Patel takes all 10 India wickets versus India. How to check whether a computer's operating system is licensed. Q&A with Patrick Marshall. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Harriet Cole, she's stubborn about her absurd choice of clothing. Mike Preston, have the Ravens finally found their elusive pass rush? The season might depend on it. Commentary. California High School Football Regionals, Friday scores, Saturday schedule. Miss Manners, I'm fed up with the way people treat me at the gym. Dear Abby, I plan the parties but nobody celebrates me. Another stunner, De La Salle loses to Folsom, won't play for state title. San Mateo, man injured in shooting. NCAA Women's Soccer, Santa Clara's title defense ends in College Cup semifinal thriller. Steph Curry, Warriors get even with Phoenix Suns in blowout home win. Photos, San Francisco residents commemorate World AIDS Day. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Joe Manchin backs GOP-led effort to overturn Biden's vaccine mandate for private employers. Jeffrey Clark, former Trump Department of Justice official, postpones last chance deposition due to medical condition. Magnus Carlsen takes lead in chess title fight with epic 136-move win. Fairfax parents fume at school system for returning long boy, genderqueer to library shelves. U.S. Commission dings Facebook in report calling for social media to fight religious hate speech. Elizabeth Warren sicked SEC on Trump's social media startup deal. Department of Justice launches probe into abuses at suburban New York Police Department. Glenn Youngkin gets booster shot, urges others to follow suit. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez rebuked for doubting smash and grab sprees are happening. Paid family leave becoming law in blue states even if Biden cannot deliver it nationwide. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Greening Bread America, breaking down Build Back Better's climate ag policy. After Michigan shooting, Democrats weigh competing approaches to school safety. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, December 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 2 killed, 11 wounded in shootings in Chicago Friday. Horoscope for Saturday, December 4th, 2021. Man fatally shot during argument outside West Chatham home. Illinois routs Rutgers in Big Ten opener. Michael O'Brien's high school basketball notebook. Russia planning Ukraine military offensive, U.S. intelligence officials say. 4 things to know from first week of Smollett trial. Sam Lewis, Justin Mullins spark Oak Park to rivalry win against Fenwick. Latino-flavored holiday event brings laughter, dancers and acrobats to Humboldt Park. Man, 31, critically wounded in shooting blocks from Mag Mile. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Veteran actor Shivram passes away at 84. Ajaz Patel emulates Laker and Kumble, takes all 10 wickets in an innings. Omicron scare, Indian states that have imposed travel curbs. India to tour South Africa for 3 tests, 3 ODIs, Jay Shah. In pics, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh brace for Cyclone Jod. Kamal Hassan resumes work soon after he gets discharged. Starlink's first statement after Indian Gulf warning. Government not to produce 5 lakh AK-203 rifles in Upsamathi. 10 stylish geysers with unconventional design. Solar eclipse 2021 live, main eclipse to reach its peak at 1:03 p.m. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, December 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. The Suffers battle tank in the Bangas in a star-studded night. Preview, Potted Potter returns. Highline Park debuts at MKT Heights, Mozambique Galleria shutters. Things to do, the best things to eat and drink in Houston this weekend. Texans and Colts battle in Week 13 matchup at NRG Stadium. Final season of Narcos, Mexico. The next headlines are about world records making news. Delivery drone network edges closer as UAE firm sets world record, the National. What is Guinness Book of Records, history, significance, world record holders, business standard? Track and Field opens 2022 season, Miller sets U2600 world record, Texas A&M Athletics. Radisep averages under 11 hours as he sets new world record for 60 full-distance triathlons in 60 days, Triathlon Magazine Canada. Erin Jackson continues speed skating ascent with American record, world record falls, home of the Olympic Channel. Lakeview students participate in World Record Challenge, WYTV. ISL Final, Day 1, Kali Condor's Relay DQ puts energy standard in front, Swimming World Magazine. Kelsey Delia breaks world record in 100 fly in ISL finale opening race, swim swam. Tbilisi 2021, Falashadalu Afeni smashes world record again, International Paralympic Committee. Skyrim speedrunner beats his own world record, then promptly beats it again, PC Gamer. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Google scraps return to office plans, but encourages staff to come in to regain muscle memory. Intellect and romance over brute force and cynicism. Two Disney legends are tackling an animated DC movie. 9 inventors who were killed by their own inventions. The week's best toys are ready for battle and sinister facial hair. U.S. opposes autonomous weapons ban, cites what about China argument. Huge jellyfish is extremely rare, nightmare fuel. Now you can store private images in the locked Google Photos folder on any Android phone. Someone is running hundreds of malicious servers on the Tor network and might be de-anonymizing users. Most dog breeds are super inbred, study finds. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Marble Bar in Australia at 115.52 degrees Fahrenheit or 46.4 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Verkhovensky in Russia at minus 63.4 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 53 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. COVID vaccination spike in U.S. as Delta rages and Omicron looms. New Peacemaker trailer gives us a redeemable villain we might learn to like. iPhones of U.S. diplomats hack using zero-click exploits from embattled NSO. AT&T failed to fix Ohio man's broken internet service for a month. This enthusiast's keyboard and trackball used to launch nuclear missiles. FTC sues NVIDIA to preserve ARM status as Switzerland of semiconductors. Valve shows off final packaging, carrying case for the Steam Deck. Emails show what happened before Missouri governor falsely called journalist a hacker. Microsoft restores individual default browser setting in Windows 11 preview. Luna Display lets you wirelessly use a Mac as second Windows monitor. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump ordered McDonald's from hospital after COVID drugs started kicking in, report. School shooters' fugitive parents withdrew $4,000 from ATM and turned off cell phones, report. Trump-Biden coverage data shows reporters are accessories to the murder of democracy, WAPO columnist. Horrifying actions of school shooters' parents may not amount to a crime, legal expert. Ron DeSantis' state army isn't about protecting Florida, here's his disgusting real plan, analysis. Watch, panic erupts at Michigan school shooting vehicle after someone faints, sparking fears of violence. Money stashed in bathroom wall at Joel Osteen's church linked to 2014 theft, police. Recently arrested Capitol rioter texted with Proud Boys leader, a signal of broader coordination. MAGA conspiracy theorist calls for mass hangings of U.S. senators, the gallows are getting wider. Marjorie Taylor Greene cries she's the most attacked, less than 24 hours after labeling all Democrats communists. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The chilling alleged role of the Michigan school shooter's parents. Parents of Michigan school shooting suspect charged with involuntary manslaughter. Twitter's new privacy policy is making it harder to spread warnings about online fascists. The Democrats have a discipline dilemma. In Syria's endless war, health workers are not only collateral damage, they're targets. Meat packers prioritized profits over worker safety during the pandemic. A new bill would force them to change. Cancer is the leading cause of death from disease in children. Here's why. The Michigan school shooting shows why lockdown drills aren't nearly enough. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Steven Spielberg Fast Facts, Kuna Noticias y Kuna Radio. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Best Delta 8 flowers, strains and weed buds to buy from top Delta 8 brands. Cannabis store online for legal marijuana and other THC hemp products of 2021, Peninsula Daily News. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. The right chemistry, that don't deserve their negative image, Montreal Gazette. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, December 4th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, December 4th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.